Let me make a brief introduction, and then I'll introduce the session. My name is Jeff Thies. I am a clinical professor of management and the director of the Institute for Business Ethics and Sustainability, and among other things, have the honor of being the director of the case competition. And so it's wonderful to be with you. I've been moving in and out of your sessions, had an opportunity to meet a number of you yesterday, and have been really inspired by your work, and really look forward to this 90-second presentation that you're going to make. Then let me introduce this. Imagine that you are an employee of a company and you encounter an executive who asks why sustainable development is important and how that is linked to your topic. You will have 90 seconds in which to convince the executive why this needs to be addressed. There won't be any Q&A, but I will, at the end of each of your presentations, make some general observations. Okay? All right, and why don't we start with Green Horizons Consulting? There we are. Okay, please begin.
Hello, my name is Andres Pena, a Sustainable Development Advisor here for Green Horizon Consulting. Imagine a world where every mile traveled in an electric vehicle contributes to environmental restoration rather than depletion. Our solution revolutionizes the way waste can be repurposed while also expanding sustainable transportation through electric vehicles. This further pushes California's goals towards incentivizing electric vehicles while meeting the demand for EV charging stations, which is where we plan to start our operations. This not only reduces our reliance on fossil fuels, but it also helps in further uplifting underlooked communities most affected by this environmental degradation. This in turn will lead to a more equitable society, while creating a more sustainable future for generations to come. Together, we're redefining waste as an asset towards a more sustainable future, and Convanta has an opportunity to become the main agents of change. We here at Green Horizon Consulting hope you consider our tactic in revolutionizing waste management, and as always, continue to do well by doing good. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So then let's move to Bright Light Consulting.
Sure. Would you start the timer once I start speaking?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Oh, hey boss, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I've been mulling over something. Last month, my friend cracked their phone screen, and when they went down to their local repair shop to get it fixed, they couldn't help them because they didn't have the parts for it. Then when they went to the Apple store, the price which was quoted to them made it seem like upgrading was a better option than repairing this. This left them upset and got me thinking about the bigger picture. Remember how in last meeting you asked me why is sustainable development important? Well, it's not just about their phone. It's about the whole issue around repair accessibility. This is contributing to a massive e-waste problem. E-waste has now reached 63.4 million metric tons, and it's growing at 21% per year. That's the fastest growing stream of waste. And unfortunately, only 17% of this gets recycled. That's alarming to realize that our products, which were designed to enhance lives, are now contributing to such a significant environmental issue. This experience made me recognize the urgent need to make changes in our repair program. We need to find innovative design solutions that make it easier for customers to repair their own devices and also make these parts available to independent repair shops. Doesn't that align with sustainable consumption, which was set up in SDG 12? We have an opportunity to lead by example, not just in innovation, but also in sustainability. Oh, looks like I have a meeting. I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, thank you very much. MAITRI.
Thank you. As an employee concerned with sustainability, it is crucial to recognize the impact of stubble burning on our environment and society. Stubble burning contributes significantly to air pollution, affecting the public health and exacerbating climate change. The harmful emissions released during this practice not only degrades the soil quality, but also contaminates water sources, posing long-term risks to agricultural sustainability. By addressing the stubble burning through sustainable alternatives like converting crop residues into ethanol and biogas, we can achieve multiple sustainability goals. Firstly, transitioning away from the stubble burning improves air quality, reducing respiratory illness, and enhancing well-being in the affected communities. This is fundamental for promoting public health and social equity. Secondly, embracing sustainable practices like stubble conversion aligns with our commitment to mitigating climate change. Ethanol and biogas derived from stubble offer cleaner energy solutions, reducing our carbon footprint and contributing to India's climate targets. Finally, adopting stubble conversion techniques supports sustainable agriculture by providing farmers with a small additional income and preserving the soil fertility, which will contribute to greater output per hectare. This approach fosters economic resilience and rural development while safeguarding our natural resources for future generations. As we focus on sustainability, it is essential to understand why addressing stubble burning is pivotal. Because if you do, you will save 1 million lives per year. Imagine all the brothers, the sisters, the pregnant women who die every day because they can't breathe. Why should they die and we live? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tiichám Partners?
That's me. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you.
Did you know that Earth's mangrove trees absorb up to 18.3 million metric tons of carbon annually? That's the equivalent of removing 4 million cars from the road. Right now, the public and private sectors are pouring billions of dollars into carbon capture technology. Meanwhile, mangroves, seagrass, oyster reefs, and other blue carbon ecosystems are rife with untapped, powerful potential to address a multitude of climate concerns. Unfortunately, only about 3% of climate investment contributes to nature-based solutions, and an even smaller portion of that is invested in blue carbon ecosystems, primarily due to a lack of players in the field. Today's climate concerns stem from the destruction of natural ecosystems and the proliferation of man-made industrial projects with unknown side effects. To combat this, Tiichám Partners works to reverse the process. We emphasize partnership with empowering Indigenous peoples and using their ancient knowledge that is proven through their continued protection of 80% of the world's remaining biodiversity. With their partnership, our company creates blue carbon ecosystems that not only capture carbon, but foster biodiversity, improve water quality, protect from floods and storm surges, and even create economic opportunities for local economies through blue carbon credit markets. So to put it simply, investing in Tiichám Partners for our customers is a blue ocean opportunity for our company's finances and for the world.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Jeffrey, this is Veins of Life. I have solved the problem whenever
Okay.
it's ready.
Great, and it's perfect. And it's your turn, so that's ideal. Okay, let me know when you're ready to start.
Yes, so I'm ready now.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Mr. President. So you're asking me what sustainable development matters. Let me tell you why it does. There are lots of things going wrong here. These people hate us and hate the copper complex. But you know what's the saddest thing? Although they hate us, they do whatever they can to employ in the copper complex to earn the high incomes that we offer. We have hurt these people. Last week we were out of town and saw an old shepherd grazing his sheep. He saw us in our uniforms. He pointed to the small number of his fleck and said, "Bastards, you did this. I lost 80 of my sheep because of you." Another day, I was in the town and went to a dairy shop to buy some milk. The old lady behind the counter complained about her life and low sales. She told me that she has lost her only son in the Iran-Iraq war that took 40 years ago. I told myself, how can we help this lady and her business? And it's not just her. Many of these poor people have defended our country with the lives of their sons when we needed them. And when I look at myself and this copper complex, I cannot answer the question that what we have done for these people. The least we can do is to buy what we need from them to help their businesses and livelihood. When you get right down to it, that's all I really had to say. This is not the kind of story that I want to be a part of. And I believe we have all the means to become a better story. The only question is whether we have the will or not. You win, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Okay, and again, is there any other team that's here that has not had the opportunity to participate? Okay, well, first, thank you very much. One of the great just experiences of IBESC, and I hope that you've just experienced it here, is the opportunity to hear from one another and see the wide array, both of countries and of topics that you're engaging in. And at the root of each of those things is a passion to think about how business can be a solution for profound needs. And that really is both noble and admirable, and it's really the kind of the core belief of what this case competition is. And so I really want to affirm that. You also really, all of you took great advantage of the opportunity to really think about how you can concisely convey a compelling message that does two things. It really embodies what it is that you are proposing, and then doing that in a way that is kind of digestible. You know, that's the whole idea of a 90-second pitch, that you basically have the opportunity to give a top level kind of introduction that leads the person who is listening to that to say, you know, I really want to learn more about that. I want to understand more about that. Whether it's indigenous practices or, you know, stubble issues or corporate responsibility. I mean, that you were speaking about all of the different topics that you identified. And so I really want to affirm that. And then finally, notice the different styles. So some were a little more formal, others were a little more conversational. And again, depending on the setting and depending on the person and all of those kinds of things, those styles, you know, the use of the different styles, you know, can really be helpful. So I really want to thank you very much. I know that you haven't done your 10-minute presentation yet, so that's coming up. So thank you very much. Just a quick moment. Does anybody have any questions before we log off for this part of your presentations? Great jobs, and thank you so much for the inspiration, you guys. Good luck with the next one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
everyone.